Welcome everyone to Stretch and Flow Yoga. My name is Bridget from Lucky Elephant Yoga and Wellness, and I will be guiding you through the practice today. So, as in with every yoga class that you're in, please make sure that you're practicing mindfully, that you're listening to your body and what it needs today. So, if it needs a little bit more gentle, loving care, then please take more rests, take time to step back. And if you're feeling a little bit more available today, then that's wonderful as well too. You can take the poses a little bit more or a little bit less based on what your needs are. So we're coming to this practice today from all different places, right? And this is a virtual recorded yoga class, right? But I just want to touch on the aspect that no matter if it's in a studio with, you know, dozens of people, whatever, or one-on-one in a room together privately or through a camera, right? But we're all still connected. We are all part of this greater community. And in yoga, we use the word sangha to refer to community. And so we are all really super interconnected to community no matter where we are. So don't feel like even though you're at your house practicing, that you and I are not connected, because we absolutely are. And so let's just feel that connection today, even though it's through a screen, virtually, distantly. It's still a one-on-one, heart-to-heart connection. Okay? So get your yoga mat set up if you have one, or you can practice on a rug, wherever you've got just a little bit of grip. You won't need too much today in this class. I like to also have a nice folded blanket underneath me to sit on to get my pelvis a little bit more elevated so that I can relax the hips a little bit more as well. And then a couple of blocks, yoga blocks for you to use as well. If you have yoga blocks, if you don't have yoga blocks, then use a couple of books from your house. You can roll up a couple of towels. You can also use cereal boxes or even soda bottles. So whatever works for you the best today. All right, so let's start by just sitting comfortably on our mat, letting the sits bones release down, the palms of your hands on your thighs and your elbows just heavy beneath the shoulders. Grow long through the crown of your head, and you can either close your eyes here or let your gaze just fall slightly down in front of you. And notice what you're bringing onto the mat today. The experiences of your life come with you, but this practice teaches us to release them, let them go, and get a little deeper into our inner peace and our inner joy. So you can notice what's bringing or what you brought to your mat. But let's begin to just release that and see if you can just come to a place of breath. Feeling the rise of the inhale, the softening of the exhale. Only to your level, your depth. And maybe as you bring the attention to the breath, the belly starts to expand a little bit more with the inhale. And soften a little bit more with the exhale. So we begin some easy belly breathing. The belly expands not through force, but just through the movement of the diaphragm and the filling of the lungs. And then it just softens nice and easy with the exhale. And you can take a few more breaths just like that. And if your mind tries to drift during this time, just encourage it to come back. Back to the breathing. Back to the present moment. Good. And with your next exhale, let's turn the palms to face up and gently bring your hands in front of your heart until they almost touch. So not all the way, but just have a little space between them. And then you can let your chin tip down and allow your eyes to open if they've closed. So we see the space in between the hands. That space where the heart's light shines into the hands. And take a big full breath in. And as you exhale through the mouth, let the hands come together. And let your intention today for class to be just to approach this practice with clarity, with peace, of both mind and heart. And so from here, let your hands clasp together. And then we'll flip the palms up and lift the arms up alongside the ears. And begin to lift up through the crown of your head, keeping the sits bones grounding and lift up through the ribs. And as you exhale, we'll rock back and round out through the spine, pressing the palms forward. Inhale, lift the arms, lift all the way tall through the torso. And exhale, round. Beautiful. Inhale, lift. And exhale, round. And now one more time. And exhale. Good. And now we're going to keep the palms pressing forward and just come up to sit. So we start to feel the shoulders on the back and some activation through the upper arms and the front of the chest. From here, let's take some circles with the arms. Keep pressing forward through the palms of your hands. Good. Keeping the torso steady so it's just the arms circling. Let's take those circles in the opposite direction. Good. And now one more time, lift your arms all the way up. And now release your hands. Take the right hand down and tip all the way over to the right into a side bend. And here you can look underneath that left arm. And the right elbow can be bent so that you don't crunch up into the shoulder and the neck. Breathing long as the left hip stays grounded into the mat. And then let's bend that left elbow. Bring your hand behind your head. Looking up, big full breath in. Exhale, round toward the right knee. And now inhale, press into your right hand, lift the left elbow, and exhale, round. And again, inhale to lift, and exhale to round. Beautiful. And let's come all the way back up, sweeping the arms up alongside the ears. As you exhale, sweep the arms back behind you and clasp your hands right at your low back. Roll your shoulders back. Start to feel the upper arms pressing into each other, and then extend your knuckles down towards the ground. Yeah, feel a little bit more opening through the chest. Now we're going to take those knuckles over to the left waist, bending the elbows. The hands are still clasped. Big full breath in. Exhale, turn to the right. Good. From here, you can release the clasp of the hands, cross your left arm over, find the outside of the right thigh, and just begin to press that left hand into the right thigh to twist a little deeper. Let's go ahead and turn the head to look over the left shoulder and test the twist by rolling the right shoulder back. And then turn your head to look over the right shoulder so that we're not over exaggerating into the twist in the lumbar spine. And we're taking it nice and easy. From here, sweep your right arm down and up alongside your right ear. And as you exhale, tip your left shoulder towards your left knee, still looking underneath that right arm. Good, big stretch through the whole back of the right waist. And as you exhale, cross the right arm over, find the outside of the left thigh, round into the upper back, and drop the chin to the chest. Good, deep, full breaths here. And then we'll bend the elbows sitting tall. Sweep your arms all the way up as if you were taking off a t-shirt. Good. And when your hands get there, let's clasp the hands again. Flip your palms all the way up, taking a big, full stretch. And this time, as you exhale, tip to the right again, but keeping the hands clasped. So we're going to try to hug the upper arms towards the ears. They're not going to be right at the ears, but towards. And from there, you can look underneath that left arm again, keeping the left hip grounding. A little bit more challenge through the side waist. Couple breaths here. Trying to incorporate those belly breaths. And then come all the way back up. Good, let's release the clasp of the hands, shift to the back of your seat, and switch the crossing of your legs. Good, and let's again bring those hands just almost to touch right in front of your heart. And maybe you feel just a little bit more open in that space now that we've moved and breathed. Good, take a big full breath in. And as you exhale, feel the palms touch. Good, let's clasp the hands, but this time switching the clasping, so the opposite pinky fingers on the outside. Sweep your arms down and all the way up, lengthening all the way up through the waist. And as you exhale, rock back, round out through the spine. Inhale, sit tall, lifting the palms. And exhale to round. And again, inhale to lift. And exhale to round. Very nice. Keep the palms pressing forward. Sit nice and tall through your torso. And let's start circling those arms around. Good. And then circle the opposite direction. Nice. And now sweep the arms all the way up again. Release the clasp of your hands. Sweep the left arm down. Lift up and over to the left this time. And you can turn your head to look underneath that right arm with the left elbow softening to create space through the shoulder and the neck. Good. We keep the right hip grounding. Excellent. And now we'll come all the way. Actually, let's bend the elbow, excuse me. Bring your hand behind your head. Take a big full breath in. Exhale, round towards your left knee. Inhale, lift the elbow, looking up. And exhale, round. Inhale, look up. Exhale, round. Good, and now let's sit tall, sweep the arms up. Again, clasp the hands with that opposite clasping. Good, sweep the palms, lift all the way up. Good, and now we're gonna sweep the arms back behind you. Clasp your hands again with that opposite clasping. So it's gonna feel like you're holding hands with somebody else right behind you. Roll the shoulders back, open up through your chest. Now take your knuckles over to the right waist. Turn your chest to the left. Good. And then we can release the hands and cross your right arm to the left thigh. Press that right hand into the left thigh to turn into the twist. And then for a moment, turn your head to look over your right shoulder, rolling the left shoulder back, turning the chest a little bit more, and then turn your head. Good. Protecting that lumbar spine in our twist and keeping a nice tall seat. Sweep your left arm up and alongside your left ear. And then tip your right shoulder towards your right knee. Good. Keep looking underneath that left arm. Deep breaths as you ground into both hips evenly. And then exhale, cross your left arm over. Find the outside of the right thigh, round into your upper back, and drop chin to chest. Good, and now let's sit tall, bend your elbows, trace your ribs, sweeping the arms all the way up. One more time, clasping those hands in the opposite clasping. Flip the palms. And now tip over to the left. Good. And make sure the right hip stays just as grounded as the left here. And you can look underneath the right arm. Keep the upper arms hugging towards the head. But remember, they're not going to touch it. We want to keep the shoulders on the back. Deep breaths. Good, and then come all the way back up and release those arms. Very nice. Let's switch the crossing of your legs again. Good. And sitting nice and tall. All right, so actually let's bring the hands back behind you and let's uncross the legs. And place the hands down so that your fingertips face you. And then we're gonna just have the feet hips distance apart. So I'm gonna turn to the side so that you can see me a little bit better. And we're gonna just do some lifting tabletop. So pressing into your feet, pressing into your hands, start to roll the shoulders back and lift your hips up. Nice big breath in. And exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Good. Let's do that 2 more times. Lifting up with the inhale, lowering with the exhale, and again, lifting with the inhale, and lowering with the exhale. Excellent. From here, you can stay sitting on your blanket or you can come off of the blanket, your choice. We're going to come into just some modified boats. So we're going to start by lifting the right leg and the left arm. And then we're going to switch. Left leg, right arm. And then switching again, right leg, left arm, keeping the chest lifted. Switching left leg, right arm. Now let's do that a little faster. So we're going to go switch and switch and switch and switch. Good. And so there's a moment in the air where both legs are off of the ground, but you stay steady because of the support of the torso, the abdominals, the back muscles, chest, upper back, all of it working together. Let's take 2 more on each side. And right and left. Good job. All right. Let's bring the soles of the feet together and take the knees apart. Place your hands right on tops of those knees and let's start circling around with the torso. Just creating a little bit more movement into the hips. Good, and then circle the opposite direction. Excellent, and then sit nice and tall. Big full breath in. And exhale, fold towards your toes, just releasing your head, your elbows, your shoulders. Taking those big full breaths in and out. Good, 1 more breath. And then walk your upper body over towards your right knee. Let's keep the left hip grounding. Soften that left shoulder. And then come back to center. And let's take it over to the left knee, keeping the right hip grounded this time and softening through the right shoulder. Good, and then come back to center. Okay, so now what we're gonna do is we're gonna take it into a little bit of a sweeping motion. Okay, so watch. So we're gonna walk over to the right, keep the right hand down, sweep the left arm up, and allow the chest to turn underneath the left arm. And then turn towards the right knee, sweep forward, go all the way over to the left. The right arm sweeps up. You open up through the chest and look underneath the right arm. And then go back towards the left knee, forward. Sweep towards the right knee, open up through the left. Yeah? So we're going to take this as the inhale, sweep forward and around as the exhale. Sweep open as the inhale, forward and around as the exhale, okay? We're gonna do that 3 times on each side. So everybody sit super tall. And as you exhale, let's fold forward. Good. And we'll take a big full breath in here. And as we exhale, tip over to the right. Inhale the left arm up and open up the chest. Exhale, sweep it down and around. Inhale over to the left. Exhale down and around. Inhale to the right. Exhale down and around. Inhale to the left. Really open up, down and around. One more time each side. Over to the right. Super big, stretching through the whole side body. And sweep it down. And over to the left. Big stretch. And down. Good. And then walk those hands just a little further forward for just a little deeper fold. Good. And then let's walk the hands back and roll up through your spine. Excellent. All right. Let's again bring the knees back up and walk the feet as wide as the mat. Let's place your hands back behind you and start just windshield wipering the knees from side to side. Nice, easy windshield wiper. Good. And the next time you go over to the right, let's just pause and stay there. Maybe you cross that right ankle over the left thigh for a little bit more encouragement into that internal rotator. Good, and then uncross if you're crossed. Let's bring the knees back to center, tip them over to the left. Good, and if it feels available to you, the left ankle crosses over the right thigh. Just make sure you're never putting any pressure in your knee joint. You want to keep out of the knee joint pressure territory. Good, deep breaths. Excellent, and then back to center, uncrossing. All right, let's walk the feet together, swing your legs around, and let's come on to hands and knees. So if your knees are feeling at all sensitive today, you can take your blanket underneath them or just some extra cushion or padding or whatever you have laying around. We're going to set up with wrists right under shoulders, knees right under hips, with the knuckles of the hands grounded firmly into the mat so that the front ribs start to wrap towards each other. Yep, and then let's start some circles around, taking some weight bearing into the hands and back into the knees. Good, just easy circles. Good, and then let's circle the opposite direction. Excellent. And then back to center. Take a big inhale to arch the spine, letting the belly release down. Lift your chest, lift your tail, look forward. And exhale, lift the belly, round through the back. Inhale, arch. Belly reaches down, chest and tail lift. Exhale, round. 2 more, just like that. Inhale, arch. And exhale, round. Good, and come back to a nice long spine. And we'll just start circling the right knee in the air. Easy circles. Good, and then circle the opposite direction. Excellent, and now extend that right leg back. Tuck the toes, reach through the right heel, and we're just gonna start shifting forward and back. So back into the heel, forward into the hands. Good, back and forth a few times. Excellent. And then find neutral. Lift your right leg into the air. And this time your left arm can go forward. Good. Reaching long through right foot, left hand. Big full breath in. Exhale, round. Elbow and knee come together. Inhale, extend. Exhale, round. Inhale, extend. Exhale, round. Good. Lengthen long. Place your left hand down. Cross your right leg over to the left. Tuck those right toes and then look over your left shoulder and see if you can see the right foot. Good. Breathing into the whole right side of the body. Awesome. And then bring that right knee back beside the left. From here, let's extend the left arm directly out to the side. And as you exhale, thread that left arm underneath. Come all the way down onto the left shoulder, the left side of your head. Good. Coming into your twist here. You can keep the right arm down, or you can try lifting the right arm and wrapping it around. Your choice. And if you want to try extending the right leg back behind you, good. You want to keep that right hip releasing down to help balance you out. The right leg can float or it can stay down. Your choice today. Deep, full breaths wherever you are. Good, and then we'll unwind, unthread, and find hands and knees again. Awesome. Give your hips a little wag from side to side. Good, and we'll come back to center and let's start circling the left knee. Easy circles, big or small, your choice, waking up that hip joint today. And then circle the opposite direction. Good, and now extend the left leg back, tuck the toes, and we'll start just shifting forward and back. Good, giving a little bit of a stretch to the back of the left leg. Awesome. And then we come to center and we let the left leg lift. We let the right arm lift. We take a big full breath in and exhale, rounding through the back, elbow and knee underneath you. Inhale, extend. Exhale, round. Inhale, extend. Exhale, round. Awesome. One more time to extend long. Place your right hand down. Cross your left leg over to the right. Tuck those left toes. Look over the right shoulder and try to see your left foot. Good, and then bring your left knee beside your right, coming back to hands and knees. Extend your right arm out to the side. Exhale, thread that right arm underneath and try to lower all the way onto your head. And the side, the shoulder, and the upper right arm. Left hand can stay in front of the chest, or it can lift and wrap. Maybe the left leg extends back. Maybe it finds a little float. Good, whatever works for you today. Even if you wobble and fall, that's totally great. Good, and then we're gonna come out of that the same way we went in, pressing into the left hand, unthreading, back to hands and knees, and wag your hips a little from side to side. Very nice, everybody. All right, so still on hands and knees. We're gonna extend the right leg back, tuck your toes again, keep reaching through that right heel, reaching through the crown of your head. Spin your right heel down. Let's place the whole right foot down. Shift into your left hand and start to sweep your right arm up towards the sky. Good. From here, we're going to circle the right wrist and circle the opposite direction. Good. Let's circle the right arm. And the opposite direction. Awesome. Now reach that right arm all the way up. Let's press into the right foot, press into the left hand, and lift that right leg up into the air, any amount, even if it's just a couple of inches, whatever works for you. Big, full breaths. Good. And then we're going to lower the right leg, lower the right arm, and spin onto the ball of the right foot. From here, we're going to lift that right leg up into the air, sweep it out to the side, and place the right foot down. We're going to walk the hands back and come all the way up onto the left knee with the right leg extended out to the side. We're moving towards gate pose here. So let's sweep the arms up alongside the ears. Once more, clasp your hands and flip the palms. Press all the way up through the body, and then exhale and tip over to the right. Good, and here you can look underneath the left arm again, opening up through the whole left side body. And then we'll release that right arm down and take it a little deeper into gate pose. Good, opening up through the whole left side of the body. Good, keep the collarbones opening wide so you're not rounding into this side bend. And then sweep the arms all the way up. Nice. Let's bring the right knee beside the left, still high up onto the knees. Take a big full breath in. As we exhale, we're going to sweep the arms back behind and wrap the arms around the back, coming into a little child's pose variation. Inhale, come all the way back up. Exhale, round it out, all the way down. Good, beautiful. 2 more times. Lifting up and rounding out. Good, 1 more time, coming all the way up and all the way back. Beautiful. Let's sit tall onto those knees. Stand tall onto the knees, really. And now we're going to place the right foot forward. Now we're coming into proposal pose, a little different than like an Anjaneyasana. So here your right ankle is directly under your right knee, and your left knee is directly under your left hip. So we call this proposal pose. So from here, we're going to bring the palms together in front of our heart and take a twist. Inhale. As you exhale, turn to the right and maybe try to tip forward and see if that left elbow can find the outside of the right thigh. And then press your palms even more together to get a little deeper twist, and maybe you look up to the right. Good, beautiful. Awesome. And now we're just going to place the hands down and bring the right knee beside the left and just come back to hands and knees. So the hips wag a little from side to side. Excellent. And then you find a nice long spine. So let's take the left leg back, tuck the toes again, spin your left heel to the right, shift into the right hand, and begin to sweep the left arm up. Good. From here, we can circle the left wrist. And the opposite direction. And then circle the left arm. Good, and then again, opposite direction. All right, and from here, we lift that left arm up. We start to press into the right hand, the left foot, and we allow the left foot to lift any amount that works, even if it's just an imaginary amount. But feel all the work, all the balance that the body has to do here. Breathe with it. Good, and then place that left foot down. Place the left hand down. Come on to the ball of the left foot. Lift your left leg, sweep it out to the left, and then we're going to place the left foot down. Walk your hands back and begin to lift up onto the right knee this time, and the left foot is out to the side. Sweep your arms up alongside your ears, clasp your hands with the opposite clasping, and flip the palms. Good, nice and tall. And then exhale, tipping it over to the left. Good. Maybe you look underneath that right arm. And then release the left arm down and take it even deeper into gate pose. Breathing all the way through the whole right side of the body. Nice. And then coming all the way back up. We're going to place the left knee beside the right. Lifting tall. Exhale, sweep it back. And now this time, we're going to stay down for a moment. Place our hands down. Now, if you have any cervical spine issues, then either don't do this or definitely you can place a blanket underneath your head and just don't take a lot of weight. But we're going to try coming onto the crown of the head and just lifting up onto the knees. And then shifting back. And then shifting forward. And shifting back. Good. One more time. Shifting forward. And if you're feeling super comfortable or super available here, then you can reach the arms back behind you and try clasping your hands and maybe lifting the knuckles up and hugging the shoulders towards each other, coming into rabbit pose. But again, if you have cervical spine issues, then don't lift your hands off of the ground and don't put full weight into your head. Good, and then we release the hands, shift it back to our little child's pose. Good. And then we're going to come all the way up to hands and knees. Awesome. Okay. From here, let's walk the hands back. Coming up again onto the knees. Step your left foot forward into proposal pose. Left ankle under left knee under right hip. Bring your palms together in front of your heart. Take a big full breath in. And exhale, turn to the left. And then tip your right shoulder towards the right elbow towards the outside of the right thigh, or left thigh, excuse me. Press your palms together even more and turn the chest to the left. Deep twist. Big full breaths into the ribs, into the belly. Good, and then hands down and once more back to hands and knees. Excellent. Let's take another wag of the hips, a little side to side. Good. From here, let's find a nice long spine. Tuck your toes back behind you. Let's take a little shift into the hands. Float your knees off of the mat. And then lift those hips up and back and keep the knees super bent here. So downward dog variation with the knees bent. And then just lower the knees back to the mat. Very carefully. Good. So we're going to do that a couple more times. Tucking the toes, lift your knees, keep the knees bent, just shift back, really press the palms of the hands forward, activate as if you could pull the mat apart, and then lower the knees together and shift it back. Good. One more time, just like that. Shift forward, float your knees, lifting the hips, knees still bent, upper arms wrapped towards each other. Good, and let's start to lengthen the legs and pedal the feet. Slow and steady. Excellent. And let's just walk the feet forward. Just a little bit, walk the hands back. So maybe you're about halfway forward on the mat. Hang over your legs. And roll yourself all the way up to stand. Excellent job. Okay. From here, let's step the feet wide. And let's go just a little less than as wide as the mat. We're going to soften the knees and just start to swing. Swing the arms, swaying from side to side. And see if you can take really long breaths here. And maybe you start to move the body faster, but the breath stays short. Good. Keep it going just a little bit longer. Good. And then just stand tall. Close your eyes. Feel that movement, that softening, all happening within the body. Good. And now let's step the feet a little closer together. Not all the way together, but sits bone distance apart. Tadasana feet. Good. And then just start to release your chin to your chest. And start to round the shoulders forward. And start to round into the upper back. The knees start to bend as you start to fold at the hips. And you're taking it all the way down over the legs. And then reverse that. So ground into the feet. Start to roll up through the spine. At some point, the low back feels safe enough that the knees can start to lengthen. And you just start to stack low back, middle back, upper back, head. And again, release the chin to the chest. And start to round into the shoulders, the middle back, bending the knees so you fold at the hips, folding all the way over the legs. And then ground into your feet and start to roll it all the way back up. Good. Let's do that 2 more times. Rolling down, really easy. Excellent. Stand tall. Feel the crown of your head lifting. Breath in the entire body and a nice long length through the body as you ground into the feet even more. Good. Let's sweep the arms all the way up alongside the ears. Again, clasping the hands, flip the palms. And then tip over to the right. And keep both feet grounded. Maybe you turn your head to the left. Take a few deep breaths here. And then come all the way back up to stand. Switch the clasping of your hands and flip the palms. Big full breath in. Exhale over to the left. Good. Grounding through both feet. Deeply breathing. You can turn your head to the right. Good. And then come all the way back up and release those arms. Good. Shake out your shoulders a little bit. Let's step the feet as wide as the mat this time. Reach your arms back behind you. Clasp your hands. Roll the shoulders back. Hug your elbows in. Bend your knees and start to fold forward over your legs. The knuckles can lift up. Your head can release down. Your knees can stay as bent as they need to. Deep breaths. Good, and then let the knuckles bring you all the way back up to stand. And release and shake it out. Excellent. All right, let's take one block and place it at the top of your mat. And you could place it in the highest height. And we're going to step on into the left foot and place your right foot on the block. So you can have the whole foot on the block, you can just have the ball of the foot on the block. That is your choice today and how comfortable you're feeling. You might even at some point take the foot completely off of the block. We're going to do a standing balance here. So I recommend having the block there just because we're going to stay here for a few breaths. So we're going to lift the arms up. And as you exhale, take the left hand to the right thigh, reach your right hand back behind you, and begin to turn. Turn the chest first, turn the head last. Good deep breaths. Grounding into that left foot, maybe the right foot floats. Excellent. Good, and then if the right leg is floated, you place the right foot down. Bring the arms up alongside the ears. Take a moment here and float the foot. Hands can come in front of the heart. They can stay overhead. Good. Just working the balance here. We never perfect it. It's always work. Practice. Good. And then place that right foot down and shake out your left leg. Excellent job. So now we'll step into the right foot and place your left foot onto the block. Again, whatever height makes sense for you. If it's all the way down, foot all the way down, ball of the foot up, sweep your arms up alongside your ears, and then cross your right hand to your left thigh, reach the left arm back, beginning to turn the chest and then the head last. Good, breathing here into this balance. And maybe the left foot floats. Good, place that left foot back onto the block very carefully. Turn yourself back to center, arms up alongside the ears. And again, we float the left foot any amount. Remember the imaginary floating works as well. Good. And then place that left foot down, lower your arms, and once more, take a little shake out of the legs. Very nice. All right, let's come all the way back down to the ground. Grab that blanket that you were sitting on earlier. Place it down for you to sit on again with your sits bones right on the edge of the blanket. And this time we're going to take the legs wide. And get a little stretching and opening into the inner thighs. Take that block that you had and place it to the inside of your right thigh. Place your right hand onto the block and your left hand onto your waist. Let's turn the chest to the left and keep both knees and toes pointing up towards the sky. And then tip your right shoulder towards the block. Maybe the right forearm comes onto the block. We want to keep length into the right ribs. And then you can take your left arm and sweep it up and over the ear, reaching the left fingertips toward the right toes. Reach, reach, reach. Good, one more breath. And then come all the way back up. Turn it back to center and switch the block. So block comes to the inside of the left leg, left hand on the block, place your right hand on your waist, turn your chest to the right, and then tip your left forearm down as the left shoulder tips down. Good, start to turn the chest and look up. And then your right arm can sweep up and over towards the left toes, getting a nice reach and stretch through the whole right side body. Good, and then all the way back up, carefully turning back to center. We're going to take a nice big full breath in. And exhale, walk forward. Good, keep the chest reaching forward, keep a long back. And just breathe into the inner thighs. So we don't need to round into our forward folds. We really can just work by going as far as the long spine will go. And when you kind of want to start rounding, that's where you stop. And we work from that place. Once we start to release a little bit more, then we'll be able to go even deeper. But for now, just work with whatever you've got. Good. And then walk the hands back and begin to roll all the way up through your spine. Excellent. Let's take a hold of the backs of the thighs, bring the legs together, and we're going to lie on your back. Good. And so just carefully lowering down, releasing the back, releasing the pelvis down. Good. Let's bring the right knee into the chest, holding that right knee in. Cross your right ankle over your left thigh. And then bring your left knee in towards the chest. And you can try to take a hold of the back of that left thigh, keeping the pelvis soft, keeping the shoulders and the back of your head soft. And if you're grabbing the back of your leg is not possible today for whatever reason, you can place this left foot on a couch, on a coffee table, on a wall, on a chair, whatever you've got surrounding you. And then we release that leg, place your left foot down, uncross your right ankle, just letting the right foot come down. And then bring your left knee in. Cross your left ankle over the right thigh, and then lift the right knee. And see if you can take a hold of the back of the right thigh. Good, same rules apply here. If grabbing the back of the leg is not available, or if it lifts up through your shoulders and your head too much, then just rest the foot. Place it on a wall, place it on a chair, place it on a couch, whatever you've got to support you. But keep the shoulders, the pelvis, the head soft. Good, and then just release that right leg, place the right foot down, uncross your left ankle. Good, let's open the arms wide, directly out of the shoulders. Take a big full breath in. And as you exhale, tip your knees to the left. Good, keep the right shoulder grounding down into the earth. So don't go so far that the right shoulder lifts up. You can turn your head to look over the right shoulder if that feels okay on your head and neck. And just some deep, full breaths here. And then bring your knees back to center and take a big, full breath in. And as you exhale, tip the knees to the right, keeping the left shoulder down, and you can turn your head to the left. Good, and then you can slowly again come back to center and just release your arms down on a little diagonal away from you. Begin to extend your legs forward, coming towards your Shavasana today. Letting the entire body start to settle and release into the mat. Once again, noticing the belly breathing, the rise and the soften. A natural rhythm of easy in, easy out. And again, the mind and the heart clear, focused, and present. And just begin to deepen into your breathing. Slowly turn the knees so they face up, so we neutralize the hips, and then bend your knees and find your feet onto the mat. Let your right arm reach overhead, and then roll slowly onto your right side, using that right arm as a little cushion. And press down into your left hand and begin to roll up to sit, with your head just dangling until the last moment. As you find yourself once again sitting tall. And your eyes can either be closed or with that soft downward gaze once more. Easy, gentle. And let's turn the palms to face up, and once more bring your hands just almost a touch in front of the heart. And bow your head towards your hands. And take a big full breath in. And as you exhale, let the hands slowly come together. We honor that peace and light within each of us. We honor this practice as it allows us to cultivate that peace, that light, bringing it forth from within so that we can share it with all. And we bow to one another, friends, family, along this journey. Namaste.